Good morning. Welcome to Cup of Joe with Poe. I'm your host, Don Poe. We're coming to you live and direct through YouTube and Facebook. If you're yet to follow or subscribe, please do like and share. Now, we are here in Clarksville, Tennessee. This is an amazing area, which is conservative, extremely conservative. So therefore, it's nice. Trump's big, beautiful bill. R. Big, beautiful bill. And when I say R, I mean America. We need this right now more than ever. Think about something. They've been taxing tips. Why would Democrats fight against that anyways? Name a good reason behind that. Taxing tips? No more taxing tips. No more taxing disability and Social Security. This is money being given to you by them anyway. So why would they tax their own money that was a no-brainer. Border security. Now this one has a lot of people on the fence here. More funding. I'm pretty confident it's evident we need that. After the last 4 years of chaos and all the shit that's went on, instead of accountability being set in, instead of people stepping up and saying, yeah, we made a mistake. Sorry, America. Our idea didn't work. They're not going to do that. They're going to continue forward with this. Oh, helping and doing for everyone else other than America. This big, beautiful bill has got so much packed in it. I can't sit here and unpack it all. But one thing I do know, Trump has proven himself from the last administration he was in. Economically, so on and so forth. How much is gas? Chat, tell me, how much is gas where you're at? Right now, how much is gas? Because here I think it's $2.35 a gallon, I think. How much is milk where you're at? How much is the cost of living where you're at? Weigh these things in. Then look around and say, well, who's in control of all this? That's why it looks the way it does. This big, beautiful bill is going to fix some of those problems, too. Because they're going to relinquish some of the rights back to the states. So they say, oh, you're good, buddy. We're out here. We got real workers right here. Those are people that are taxpayers. Now, these tax-paying people around here don't want to pay for everyone else that's not even a U.S. citizen. Now, we all have hearts. We have compassion. One of the things set in this bill is how they're going to stop giving money to illegals. Anyone, I don't care where you come from. I don't care if you came from Antarctica. If you came from Antarctica, let them in. I mean, that was a rough one there. But I don't care where you came from. I don't care the pigment of your skin, the language that you speak, the gods that you worship. None of that matters. What matters is when you were born here or you became a U.S. citizen here, you got something called a Social Security number. That Social Security number says, hey, this person is a U.S. citizen. Without that piece of paper, how can you receive any government funding? Who opened this door up anyways? Can we look back through this and say, hey, this person, this administration did this. We got Krispy Kreme pulling up. It's like a dream. I got Krispy Kreme backing up. Back that truck up. Now shake it like a salt shaker. Okay, yeah, you're back. You're good. Yep, there we go. You gotta live with all the things around you too. That's something that you guys aren't taking into account. The way society has changed and shifted so far to the left, some of these things can't be undone that have been done. Some of the things let out of Pandora's box can't be put back in. So therefore, you got to make it right somehow. Some of this funding, gonna make that right. How many of you out there, chat? How many of you out there used to vote Democrat? Let me know that. I was raised Toledo, Ohio, democratic city. But growing up, even my family was smart back then on the whole. No, 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 no. These things are not right. We know better. Politics has been in my life since I was young. I remember discussing politics at the kitchen table. Like, this is our sports in my family. So I have a lot of knowledge on it, a lot of passion for it. That's why I'm so happy that I can see America taking this turn to go back toward real normalcy. Can you believe they had a president? The zombie president was in the White House and had the nerve to say they wanted to go back to normalcy, but he had a topless dude next to him, and that's no big deal, right? Well, the dude's dressed up like a chick, but they blurred out the dude's chest for no reason because it's just a man's chest. But they still blurred it out on national TV. That's what we were dealing with. You think that's normal? That's normalcy? I'm going to stray off topic for a moment, but this is something I really want to bring it to attention. You're walking down the street and you see somebody dressed up like Michael Myers on one side of the street. Are you going on the same side as you? Are you going to continue walking 3 in the morning? Not a soul in sight. Light fall. Hear a wolf howling in the background. Somehow there's eerie sound of train tracks going ee, ee, ee in the background. And you're about to walk past somebody dressed just like Michael Myers with a knife. Now, do you think you should cross the street, or do you think you should be like, I shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I'm just going to keep walking right past old Michael Myers here at 3 in the morning with these odd sounds and everything's telling me not to. Duh, you don't walk past Michael Myers at 3 in the fucking morning. Makes people uncomfortable just seeing that. So imagine how children feel when there's some person masquerading around as that child's mother or something, and they know better. They're like, wait a minute, that ain't no mommy. That ain't even a daddy. I don't know what the hell. That's weird. That makes people uncomfortable. I can't believe there's a society, there's a fringe group of in our society that truly feels emboldened to the point where they can go out and get mad if somebody calls them ma'am or sir when it's evident what they are. That's just ludicrous. It's insanity. And we gotta fix this shit, man. We can't keep doing this. I'm not tiptoeing around no more. I don't mind saying, hey, excuse me, ma'am, because dude's trying. At least try. Don't be rocking no full fucking beard with lipstick and think that somebody's not going to be like, hey, what's up, dude? Okay, so that had nothing to really do with this topic. It's just something I want to get off my chest because I'm getting sick of seeing these things pop up in my feed all the time. With these leftists are still crazy. They're like, I like watching these leftists unhinged and open borders is what they believe in. You ain't supposed to have a gun? Are you kidding me? You can protect yourself. They don't want you to have guns. I hate. And mean word, derogatory word, mean word. I hate. Oh, they want to regulate that? What you say, what comes out of your mouth. Look at Germany. They're over there arresting people over words. Wow. What kind of society is so jellyfished and so weak that words control them to that point? It's one thing if you and your lady or you and your whoever, brother, friend that you know very well get into some sort of argument match and get into some confrontation. You know each other. You're going to say things. Nothing wrong with treating people with respect. I don't call people names, but at the end of the day, the only reason I'm losing my cool or anything like that is because there's an emotional attachment behind that. Me and my girl got into it yesterday. We hurt each other's feelings with words. Why? Because we have an emotional attachment for one another. We love each other, so therefore we hurt the ones closest to us. Now that's real. That is something you'll feel. But if a stranger comes up and calls you a name, and you lose your cool over it, you have an issue then. You have a problem because you're weak-minded and you're allowing others to control you. People are controlled through others' actions and others' thoughts, ideas, and so on and so forth. I get infuriated when I hear certain stuff. Condoning hurting women, condoning hurting children, all these things, that bothers me. It makes me angry because that's a legitimate reason to feel that way. But over some, whatever it may be that doesn't exist anymore because it's in the past, so what? That's like calling a fat person fat when really they lost 300 pounds and now they're skinny. And you keep calling them fat. Yeah, they may have been overweight at one time, but they're not anymore. The past does not define us in any way. It can't dictate the future in any way. All that matters is the present, right now, moment by moment that you're living in. And in this moment, this big, beautiful bill got passed. Everything's going to look better. Mark my words. Mark my words. By the end of this administration, if everything keeps going at this pace, they won't vote another Democrat in any of our lifetimes. Maybe never again. Maybe they'll realize it was a flawed ideology to begin with. This is the inventors of the Klan. Yes, Democrats invented racism and all that shit that came along with it in modern society. They're the ones that keep that pot stirred. They're the ones that fight for all this weird shit because they ain't got nothing else to fight for. They've lost everything they stood for. The Republicans stand for that now. You don't even need a Democrat party no more unless you just want some weird shit. So be glad that we got this bill passed, everyone. Oh, go fill your tank up. Gas is pretty cheap. It's real, baby, drill. And if you've yet to follow or subscribe, please do. Your boy glitching. About to get back to this coffee. But as for you, get out here in this world. Do what you got to do.